Alrighty. Joining us now, we have the special teams coordinator, the defensive backs coach, and the recruiting coordinator of the Wayne State Warriors. We got our coach, Antwon Robinson. Coach, how are you doing today, and how is preparation for the season going?
Good. Best day ever. Preparation for the season is we report to camp in Saturday. So, right now everything is good for us right now. Everything is great right now.
I love it. I can't wait to leave from talking to you and saying like it's best day ever. I think I'm gonna take that forward.
Probably best you could say it's the calm before the storm, right?
Yeah, we actually just got done doing a welcome back video for President Espy. So, just mixing all the student athletes together out here on the football field, kind of get the juices going. And you guys probably don't know, but right now they're changing out the lights, right? So this fall for the season we'll have new lights.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I remember because I kind of make it a habit to read the Board of Governors meeting minutes and look and see, what are they doing? And I saw along with, putting in air conditioning in the math, that's going to be part of the stadium lights are going to be part of it too. So that's going to be really awesome to see. I can't wait for first night game coming up this season.
Yeah.
So last season, you took on the role of a special teams coordinator for Wayne State, which I also looked and saw you had done in your 1 year at Fairmont State. What kind of transition was that for you? What were, I guess, some of the things that you learned in that role that will carry you forward into this season?
For that,
yeah,
is making sure that I'm organized, right? We want to make sure that you're organized, and then making sure that we're always attacking, right? Always make teams feel uncomfortable and attack. The teams that we played, some of their special team units, they were, the hidden yardage, so we want to make sure that we are prepared and that we attack. And the way that came about, even me taking on that was, the former staff was no longer with us. And just being here, I had a connection with everybody on the team, right? And for me, the head coach, the strength and conditioning coach, and the special team coordinator are the only coaches that address the whole team. Mm-hmm. So with my relationship with the team, I took it, hey, I can address everybody and I can hold everybody accountable and coach everybody. And those guys will play hard because of the relationships that we have.
And I think that's just a testament to you, Coach. Everything that I've heard, once in a while we'd have players DM us and say, hey, Coach Robson, he is the man. We absolutely love having him around. So I think that's just a testament to you and how you are able to connect with these guys. Looking at the 2024 roster, we're going to try and shift into a little bit of defensive back stuff here. Elijah Folks, he's looking like he's going to move over to safety. What do you see in him, his strengths that you think are going to help him succeed more in the in that role as a safety now?
Just off of, so Elijah Folks came in and played as a true freshman. Yep. Now that he's 21, his body is developed to where he looks like a college football player. He's a solid tackler, and one of the things is what we do schematically. We play a lot of man coverage. So I'm transitioning to playing with three corners on the field. With Elijah's ability, he's going to be able to cover those slot receivers that's going to get some free releases. And then I also think I got some corners to go along with, with the transition moving Elijah.
Yeah, kind of staying on topic with Elijah. I mean, another guy, I think you're kind of alluding to him already, Anthony Walk. I mean, defensive rookie of the year last year. I guess it's probably maybe a little bit of a loaded question, but what do you want to see from him now that he's going into his sophomore year?
So he's basically, I expect him to follow the same steps that Elijah Folks did. 2022, Elijah Folks was the defensive rookie of the year. 23, it was Anthony Walk. I expect for Anthony, he had a great summer, right? Weight room wise, he had a great summer. Even with his academics, did great with his classes. I expect for him to be an all-conference guy. He needs to be an all-conference guy this year.
I mean, you're talking at that point, like you got two dogs in the backfield. I mean, that's got to be really exciting for you as a coach to get guys like that are just really kind of come into their own and just showing up and putting in the work. What does that do for you? Like, how does that make you feel showing up to practice, knowing you got some guys that are there to put their best work in?
It makes me coach, hold me accountable, make me coach you, make you develop you. That stuff gets me excited every day. So they're here every day. I'm here every day, whether it's film or some form of OTA. I kind of get with these guys all the time.
Any guys we should be looking out for, maybe in the backfield at least, to do a three-peat of defensive rookie of the year?
You know what? Yeah, because I'm not sure. Are you guys looking at the roster that's online right now?
Yes.
Oh, see, we have some guys that you
Yep.
guys don't even know about. They'll come out on the roster tomorrow, right? They'll be on the roster tomorrow. Um, just giving us some back end guys. Caleb Coleman, he's a transfer from Morgan State. So he played with Coach Wheatley when Coach Wheatley was at Morgan State. He's a local guy from Groves High School, graduate. What is Caleb? He's a grad student. So you got him playing some nickel. We got three corners coming in. What's this? Shamilin Joppy, who's coming from Hudson Valley Junior College, who was a JUCO All-American, 5 interceptions last year. He's big, and all these kids are big too. Jonathan Tillman, who's originally from Brother Rice High School, went to a conference school, transferred to Central Michigan. We got him here. He's playing corner as well. And Clifton Buchanan, who's originally from Belleville, went to Davenport, and now he's here. So we got those guys, and I still think that my best fundamentally sound DB is Kewan Houston. So to go along with Elijah and Anthony Walker, I think we got some talent to go with those guys.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. I know you were talking about some of the transfers, and something that I don't remember Wayne State doing a whole lot of in the past, and Coach Demasi kind of leaned into it and said, no, a lot has to do with Coach Wheatley. Can you talk a little bit about recruiting the junior colleges more?
Well, the biggest thing is getting these guys back home.
Yep.
Get guys back home. When we get in the transfer portal, we kind of find them, a way that we got some type of tie or connection with those guys. And then when we get our transfer, we're looking for older guys that can compete now, right? Because I'll tell you like this, I give it to my guys as a position coach, as a special teams coordinator, and as an alumni. We want to win games. We want to be competitive in everything that we do. So we got to get those guys, right? And that's the thing. We understand that this day and age with the transfer portal, we can get older really fast. So everybody's not redshirting and then waiting 2 to 3 years to be the guy. We can kind of get what we need right now.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge for Wayne State, especially being able to work the transfer portal. I think a lot more than even when it first came out a few years ago. And I kind of want to hit the rewind button now. You spoke a little bit about being a Wayne State alumni. You were here at arguably Wayne State's peak 2010, 2011 season. And I don't want to date you a little bit because it dates me a little bit. The guys that we're recruiting now, they would be in kindergarten when that happened. Can you talk a little bit about what it was like to be on that 2010, 2011 team? What made them special? And I guess how does that affect when you're looking at guys now to bring in?
Okay. It goes back before then. It goes back to before 2010. So it was obviously we had Joyke Bell prior. Right. So we were all there with Joyke Bell, and it was a Joyke Bell show. So once Joyke left, we already knew that it was going to take a team effort, right? So you go from Joyke Bell to then the team. We had a guy, Dante Acker, was a defensive end linebacker who he held the defense in check, right? He held the defense in check between him, Raleigh Ross, and Jeremy Jones. Those guys held everybody accountable for everything. Offensively, Troy Burrell, Josh Rennell, Mickey Miner, those guys, and the offensive line, Joe Long, those guys, it was just great. And then we had great leadership, great coaching. The administrators were really supportive of everything that we had going on. And at the time, we were transitioning from Coach Harker. See that he's an old strength and conditioning coach. So we went for some stuff from Coach Harker to Coach Mendoza. So Coach Mendoza brought in some new ideas that it showed off. It works, But it was great. Those times were great.
I'm a little bit bummed. I remember I was watching the national championship game. I guess that would have been late 2011 or early 2012. I don't remember. That was the year before I got to Wayne State. And I was like, dang it, I was so close to being able to go down for a national championship, watch my school compete. I mean, I got to imagine that was just a season that I don't know if you'll ever be able to forget that one.
No, not until we get back there, and that's the plan, is to get Wayne State back there to where We're not talking about the 2011 season. We're talking about the 2024 season, 2025 season. But everything was great, especially because you guys know Wayne State, as far as facilities and just appearance, Wayne State did not have what we have now. But now we got the city supporting us, and we got active alumni, and we got you guys. So with the social media presence, we'll get there. We'll get there.
For sure. And especially with the administration coming together. I know that was something Demasi hit on, is just like the way the whole department's kind of coming together to really be aligned going forward. I think that's really showing to everybody, even outside of the program. So you talked about it. Let's look ahead a little bit. Got a little bit of a fun question for you. You're probably a little bit more familiar, but looking ahead to the upcoming season, all the different road games that we have coming up. I talk about last year's Slippery Rock game. That was my favorite game to travel to. This year, I'm really looking forward to Tiffin. But for you, is there a specific road trip game that you're looking forward to, be it like the location, the team that we get to play, the actual commute there? Like, what's one that you really got circled? Like, oh, I can't wait for that one.
Michigan Tech.
My man.
Outside of it being a long bus ride, that's fine. But the UP is beautiful, first and foremost. But when you get to Michigan Tech, I don't know if you guys been there, but their band comes out with the overalls, the yellow and black overalls, and you got to walk up the whole hill throughout their fans, throughout the band and the heckling, and it's beautiful. Like when we get up there the day before, the scenery is beautiful, and especially for some of our kids to get them out of the city, just for them to see it. We walk around out there some and we kind of talk, and it gives them different perspectives on things. But Michigan Tech.
Yeah, we've been up there every year. I think Sangster call it is like, I think back to 2017 was, I think, the first year that we made it up there. So every year it's either Tech or Northern Michigan. We're always there.
I'm just happy that we do not play them last anymore, because it was a stretch where we used to play them the last game every year.
A nice mid-November game right on Lake Superior. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
So again, I wanted to stick forward because I definitely want to think about 2024, talk about that. And, fast forward, we're at the end of the season and you're looking back. What are some of those things that you will look back on, or things that you'll look for to say, were we successful this year? Your squads that you're kind of helping, guys that you're coaching. What are some of those things you'd be like, yeah, we were successful, or no, we didn't quite get to what we wanted?
It's going to always be the wins and losses, right? The wins and losses is going to always be important, but then it's going to also be the turnovers that we produce in the back end, right? It's going to be with the special teams, how are we flipping the field? How are we winning the hitting yards battle? Can we get Griffin Milovansky his 8 field goals? I got to give my guy 8 field goals this year. He'd be the all-time field goal kicker in Wayne State history as far as field goals made. But yeah, the wins, the turnovers, the production, because we don't have many seniors in the back end. And if we hit everything and we're successful, we'll bring those guys back, and then we'll make another run at this thing.
Yeah, real quick, how great is it to have Griffin back? I know he wasn't quite. I think he was talking about trying to, get into the NFL or pro. That didn't happen, but how great is it to have him back now?
It's great because I was working with Griffin through everything, trying to help him get, the looks, and we're making tapes and everything. But to get Griff back, we got him back midsummer.
Yep.
And, and it's great because we also brought in another kicker that's going to create some competition for him, right? We already have Jeremy, who could do all 3 phases, but we also brought in Avery Birch, who's a kicker, who's, once again, he's a transfer, but bringing kids back home. But to have Griffin come back one more time is man. Deep breath, let it out.
Yep. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us this afternoon. I do have one last question. I'm trying to make a accurate college football 25 recreation of Wayne State. What defensive playbook should I look for? Either a scheme or a specific school? What do you think?
Say a 4-3. You got to get a 4-3 playbook. I'm not going to tell you what school, but get a 4-3 playbook. Depending on what conference, what team you're using, what conference, because once it gets up here, teams are going to want to run the ball.
Yeah.
So you got to get more linebackers out there.
Cool.
So I got a question for you guys.
All right.
Yep. Looking at the Warrior House logo.
Okay.
I know that's Campus Village. because I stayed in Campus Village, which is Cass and Palmer, or Cass and Ferry. Cass and
Yep.
Ferry. Is that a picture of the Verona that you guys are using?
You nailed it. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. What floor were you guys on? When you
The
were
stayed-
third
center,
floor.
yeah, center section, 3rd floor, apartment 12.
See, I stayed on the 1st floor with Maurice Davenport, who's the linebacker, and Justice Akuzi, who played defensive end. And across the hall was Josh Rennell and Aaron Cornett. So,
Oh man, that would have been the time to be there.
yeah, it's right. So if you got there in 2014,
That's
Brian?
that's when we moved in there.
yep.
Yep.
So we were out of there by 2012. We had all moved out because everybody was moving towards, what is that place called? Woodbridge. Everybody was starting moving
Woodbridge.
towards Woodbridge.
Yep. Yeah, we all moved in there in 2014. We were there for three years. I
I
want to say
was
it's
there-
2014, 2017, roughly.
Yeah, I moved out 2018 actually, so
Then
good times there. Very good times there.
I'll tell you guys this. Wait till you guys see the new jerseys. Right? So we got new home and away jerseys. Those are get the guys going.
Can't wait.
Got a little snippet to get out there now. Let everyone get excited for it.
Yep.
I love it. Well, Coach Robinson, appreciate you joining in today. Appreciate all the information. As always, if you need anything from us, please let us know. We're happy to back you. We got your back, and you got all of our support.
Thank you. Man, excited to get you guys out here, man. Make sure have you guys been to the locker room and all that stuff before?
So funny enough, back when we were in the marching band, Sangster and I were both marching band. We did helmet polishing. We used to work with we called him Coach T, but I think Terrence Woods.
Yep.
He'd bring us in the night before every go home game Friday night, and we would come in and we would polish every single helmet. He said we want to make sure they shine nice under the light, so that's what we always did.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are always welcome over here, man. You guys are always welcome here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate
Again,
it.
yeah, if you need anything from us, by all means, man, let us know. I know Wheatley talked about it. We talked to him, I think last year. He's like, man, I got to get you guys in, talk to the team, let these guys know, there's guys out there supporting them. There's guys that got their back. I'm like, you need us to do that? We could do that. We're hype people, I'm sure.
Here's my last question now that I'm thinking about it. Going back, looking at it, at this Wayne State versus Saginaw Valley basketball game to play for the winner gets into the tournament at Saginaw Valley, did you guys storm the court too?
Yep. Oh yeah. The football team was there. As soon as I saw them go, I'm like, well, when am I going to get to do this again? Right out onto the court.
Yeah, because you guys were when our bus pulled up, you guys were the first people. We saw the flag. You guys were the first people that we saw there. We were like, man, these guys don't miss anything.
No, we saw people waving at us too. I'm like, that's got to be our team right there.
Yep. And that was awesome though, seeing you guys there, because otherwise it'd be a little weird, just two old dudes yelling at our basketball team.
No, it's what you guys are changing it. You guys are, getting people involved and keeping people updated with what's going on. So we appreciate everything that you guys are doing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Coach.
All right. You guys have a good